Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Assassin's Creed Origins. We're continuing our non-combat DLC mode walkthrough of Discovery Tour. Time now to do our next tour right now, which is Important Monuments of Cyrene. We're going to be learning more about the Sanctuary of Apollo and the Amphitheater of Cyrene. Estimate time for this one is 6 minutes with 9 stations to take a look at. So, we'll let our history experts again take over from here, so until then, enjoy the tour.
Welcome to Important Monuments of Cyrene. The Sanctuary of Apollo sits on a prominent edge of the plateau of Cyrene, overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. It could be accessed either by the road from Apollonia, via the necropolis, or by the Sacred Way, coming from the agora of the city. The abundance of temples and statues throughout the city reflect the various Greco-Roman and Egyptian cult influences over the centuries. Temples dedicated to Apollo, Cyrene, and Zeus stood alongside those of Ptolemaic gods, such as Serapis and Isis. Numerous fountains were decorated to represent other gods, including the city's namesake, Cyrene. A vestibule known as a propylaeum marked its entrance and highlighted the fountain of Apollo. God of the sun and of protection, Apollo was an important deity to both Greeks and Romans. The sanctuary built in his honor was considered to be sacred. The imposing temple was built on a natural cornice, stretching more than 200 meters in length and roughly 50 meters in width, and was surrounded by a vast Doric colonnade. Sections uncovered by archaeologists indicate restorations to the columns were made between 115 and 116 CE. The altar was located in front of the temple. Both are estimated to be the same age, though restored at different times. Many bulls were sacrificed each year at the altar in honor of Apollo. The imprint in the stone of the ring used to strap the animals down is visible to this day. Carved during the Roman era, the Apollo Cytharide was discovered near the temple. It is considered an important archaeological find. The statue of Apollo was in pieces when it was uncovered. Remarkably, most fragments were found, and the restored statue is currently at the British Museum. The team extrapolated the statue's final look based on the current partial reconstruction, and placed it inside the temple to reflect the patron deity of the area.
Okay, so there you have it. So before we go on to the next station, in Station 6, this is a behind-the-scenes footage of the Apollo Cytharide. And of course it was carved during the Roman era, which I believe it was all the way back in BCE. Eventually it got discovered near the temple, and was a nice find by archaeologists. The statue of Apollo, by the way, was in pieces, of course, when it was uncovered, and most of the fragments were found and restored statue located still at the British Museum. And according to the Ubisoft team, the final look was based on the reconstruction and, of course, placed it inside the temple, just to try and reflect most of its patron deities here. So the statue, as you see right here, it actually looks pretty good today. Nicely done. And again, thank you to the team for behind the scenes section here. Let's move on to Station 7.
The Amphitheater of Cyrene is located on what is known as the Terrace of Myrtosa, next to the Sanctuary of Apollo. It was built on top of the old theater in the 2nd century. Originally used as a stage, the theater became an amphitheater once the taste for Roman gladiatorial entertainment reached the city. Entrances were placed at both ends of the amphitheater. A wall replaced the first 2 rows of bleachers as protection from the array of wild animals in the ring. The tunnel used for the parade of beasts and gladiators circled the arena, unlike the Roman Colosseum's tunnel, which was beneath the amphitheater. The basement and corridors accommodated both the gladiators and the animals, and included lifts that raised the traps into the arena's center. Since the original theater was close to the cliffside, the expansion didn't allow for a perfect circle. Instead, junctions of the semicircle formed the arena into an oval shape. This elliptical formation still ensured an excellent view from all angles. The team decided to create a perfectly round theater for technical reasons, and used the structure of the Roman theater as their reference.
Alright, so again, 3rd time already that we got at least 2 behind-the-scenes sections there. On the 9th and final section, of course, the original theater was eventually right by the cliffside. Junctions were formed into the arena into an oval shape. Wasn't sure what other shapes they had previously. And according to the team from Ubisoft there, I don't know how well they did to create a perfectly round theater. I think they did pretty good. Well, we'll give them a 10 out of 10 right there. So there you go. That was the behind-the-scenes section, and it completes another tour of the important monuments of Cyrene. That is officially completed, and thus completes yet another video that I'm going to be uploading in the near future, of course. So there you go. Our history lessons, of course, for the students. If you're doing some history, if you're doing it in elementary, high school, definitely watch this video, because you're definitely going to learn a lot about Egypt, about the amphitheater, monuments of Cyrene, and so on. So there you go. On that note, that's going to wrap it up right here. Thank you again for watching this, everybody. We'll be back next time with more of the Discovery Tour as we keep exploring ancient Egypt. Until next time, thanks for watching. Take care.